So now, we have a story that's caused some controversy all over social media, whether it's Instagram, Facebook. You know, we've had Twitter, we had think pieces on this. We had people, giving legal advice on this shit. You know, people really being invested in this story. So there's 3 boys from Texas who beat this father to death, because of the fact that, and the reason for it is, some people will say it's kind of not a terrible idea. No, but this father was molesting 2 of the boys' sister. So 2 of the boys are brothers, and and the other boy is their friend. The 2 brothers, their sister was being molested by the father, and so one day those 2 boys and their friend found the father. They beat him to death. Then they threw him in the river, and they ended up killing him. A lot of people, are saying that, that's somewhat honorable because of the fact that their sister was being molested. People don't take that molestation shit, lightly. So, and honestly, if that was your sister, what would you do?
Yeah, see, yeah, it's on site. Plus, I don't fuck with niggas who don't care about their hairlines. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck, bro. I will fuck you up.
Yo, these kids are 17. Come on now.
And they don't care about their hairlines at 17. When you were 17, you had to be fresh, bro. If you don't give a fuck about your hairline right now, you don't care about fuck about life. They all 3 of them said, yo, I'm done. I'm not getting a haircut. I'm working out. I'm gonna fuck this nigga's life up. And they on site, they said it. I bet you it was on site. We see him. Hey, yo, pull up. All right. And friend pulled up. We beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? And
they beat him to an inch of his life and then threw him in the river. So the whole debate about it is, should they get some jail time? Should they not? A lot of people are saying, they were basically protecting their sister. And so, but the whole legal thing of it is the fact that, was this premeditated? Because of the fact that, like, some people are saying, oh, it's a crime of passion, but usually a crime of passion is in the moment. Like, if they would have caught him, molesting their sister and then beat him to death, that's a crime of passion.
They need to revamp that.
But the fact that they went to the father, they beat him to death, and then they dragged him to a river, that's still some kind of premeditated kind of crime.
Yeah,
so,
they need to revamp that, because, like, when you, like, in instances like this, there's a buildup. You know what I'm saying? It should still be considered a crime of passion, even if it's over time premeditated, because that's a buildup of rage. You constantly knowing that, and then you like not able to do anything even after you've told people, and eventually being like, well, then what's the last resort? Like, I'm gonna take them out myself. You know what I'm saying? It's premeditated, but it wasn't like as if you didn't.
It wasn't
cry.
like it was just a random we just gonna kill him for no reason. But it's just like, yo, he's doing something fucked up,
right? And, like, I guess in this case, yeah, it's wrong for vigilante justice. I can see that.
I mean,
but you can also argue the defense that, like, throwing him off the bridge, because they beat him half to death, throwing him off a bridge into water, right? They threw him into
a river.
A river, right? He died of exposure. So now can you say the boys killed him, or was it the elements that killed him?
I mean, they beat him half to death. Like, come on.
But
now.
They threw him off to wake his ass up. Maybe toss him in the water. You've been hip splashed or some shit. Wake up, nigga. I just say it's good, and I don't even think it's wrong what they did. I don't think anything wrong what they did. They all they did was try to wake up their pops or their stepfather. Tossed them into some water.
This is literally how lawyers be trying to fix this shit. Like, literally. And this is literally how lawyers be trying to paint the picture just to get people off the fuck. But
You want to get these kids? So you saying you don't want these kids off?
I'm not saying I don't want them off. I'm just saying, like, I feel like
you want these kids to go to jail for killing the molester.
I don't want them to go to jail. I feel like my personal opinion is that these kids, like, it should be treated like a crime of passion because of the fact that.
So then,
because of the fact that this person, that their father was molested. Like, I've known people who come from families where their father were molesting one of their siblings, and they feel powerless because they couldn't do something about it.
No, but
as far as I feel like they should be probably put in a program so this doesn't become a habit. You know, they shouldn't be rewarded. They shouldn't be punished for it, but they shouldn't be looked at as like. They shouldn't be rewarded for the shit so they're thinking now, oh, well, we should probably continue to do this. No, like, they should, okay, they done what they did. You know, people are justifying it because of the situation. But probably get them some kind of counseling because they're still young. Get them some kind of counseling so they don't think that this is acceptable behavior.
That is acceptable behavior. You protect your own. I don't care. All right, in the same sense, to put in perspective on the reality of this is, right, they're in Texas. The border control is out of control. So you got no cops. You got no border control cops, no state cops, because they all dealing with the border control. So you call the police 30 minutes to an hour, assuming they show up if they're not dealing with some type of immigrants. By then, your sister's raped. Now, you still got to deal with the fact that, I still can't do anything because if I do something, I go to jail. Fuck that, bro. This is how defund the police is ruining people now. We got 3 boys who literally needed the police and they weren't there. I'm just saying, now we're going to put them in jail for doing something that we asked them to be.
Like I said before, I don't think these boys should go to jail.
No, but I'm saying, like, there's that narrative.
But as far as the narrative saying, okay, yeah, they did the right thing. Like, okay,
yeah,
if they would have beat his ass, that's different. But beating him half to death and then basically killing him. I mean, let's make it to the point, okay, you know, you're not going to go to jail. You guys are underage or whatever. You guys were protecting your sister. But but don't think that you guys can continue to do this. This should be the only time that you guys ever done this in your life. Don't, like, give them some kind of counseling because they're going to need counseling either way. They're going to need some kind of therapy. They have to go through this trauma of seeing their sister raped and having to deal with the trauma of killing their own father. So I'm saying get these boys some counseling and, you know, put them on the right path to where they don't do this type of shit again.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want that. That's the last part I don't want. It shouldn't be that they should never do that again. No, yeah, do that again. If you see wrong, stop it. I mean, yeah, don't go to the extreme of killing them and throwing them off a bridge. But yeah, they removed the problem. I don't have anything wrong to say about such a thing. Like, we talked about a story where for 24 minutes a woman was raped on a train and no one did anything.
We did talk about a story about that.
So now these 3 boys did something. And it's the exact opposite. You know what I'm saying? Like, those 3 boys should have been on that train. You get what you feel me? Like, where are these? We need more of them stopping the shit that's happening around us. Protecting the community, you protect your own at least. They're not. It's not like they out here beating up random people who are molesting them. They beat up their own family. This is in house. They just cleaned up house pretty much. Am I to that's my own personal perspective.
Which they was probably taught to.
Yep.
You know, they look like they could be in gangs or probably descendants of gangs.
Oh, yep. And so I wouldn't.
So we stereotyping people or what? Like, come on.
I'm going to stereotype. Yeah, I'm going to do that. They do it to us. It's the same.
And it's not even stereotyping. I'm going off geographically. They're in Texas. That's right there next to the Mexican border, right, bro.
So if their parents, if their grandparents, somewhere in the descendants or somewhere around them, may have been some type of gang activity, and that goes on in jail too,
right?
Let that man would have touched jail, he would have been killed. When
just
do you
the
want
same.
Him killed?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, someone find out you in here because you molested a child.
That's overall. Let's take them out of that position. Let's put you in that same position, and then somebody do that in your situation. You would be the exact same way.
Right.
You gonna wait for the cops?
Hell
no, you
no.
gonna handle that shit right there.
then, right there. I don't care. And I'm gonna call for help. Hell
I
yeah.
would do the same thing if it
I'll
was
call
my
ICE,
family.
I'll call you. Hey, yo,
I'm
they raped
fucking
my
this
sister.
nigga up.
I'm
I
not
need y'all
saying
help.
that they wrong for doing it. I'm just saying
Nah.
like the aftermath of it. Like
The aftermath.
The aftermath is let them bitches go. That's all right. Call you bitches.
You better catch that ass up in there.
I'm sorry, my blackness
like
is
the
still out.
aftermath of it is just
You better catch
My
it's
blackness
just, okay,
is still
don't
out.
take them to jail. Like they shouldn't go to jail, but there should
they
be
should
some
have
kind
some
of counseling
therapy.
Yeah,
involved
therapy.
so
I'll give
that
them-
they don't.
But the therapy
You know,
should be for
so
just
they-
for the sister being molested. It shouldn't be for the fact that they beat their father and killed him and stuff. That should be
The
more
therapy
like,
is them, going to that extreme and then
pulling it back.
witnessing. It's almost like a cop therapist. Like,
Right.
even though they shot somebody, they still need to desensitize
Right.
themselves
That-
from that.
that's
But
what
I
they
wouldn't
need.
reprimand them from what they did. They handle business. It was they went extreme, and we always hear Charlamagne say, "Hey, you can't tell how a motherfucker can react off of when shit happens. You may take it to death, and then the other person just might just sit there and cry about it." That was two different reactions.
My grandfather, who's a drill, like trained as was a drill sergeant in the army and all that, like told me to my face, dead serious, and he's a deacon, a religious man. Like, yo, when you get into a fight and you get to fight someone, you beat them and you make them think you're going to kill them, and like that was some real shit. So it's like you like these boys heard that same thing. Like I'm going to make this point that I'm never gonna Ender's Game. These boys pulled an Ender's Game. You seen it? You never seen Ender's Game? Y'all never seen Ender's Game?
Yeah.
Y'all need to watch Ender's Game. Ender's Game. So the kid in Ender's Game, he was being bullied, right? And like the bully comes and tries to fight him again. So he picks up like a like some type of statue or something and just hauls off and hits the kid, knocks him out on the ground, and then kicks him like over and over again to the point where like his ribs are broken. Like and it's a little ass kid. He's beating them savagely. And then like as soon as it was done, they took him and sent him to like the principal's office. The principal's office was like, "Yo, what's good? Like, why'd you do that?" And he's like, "Well, I just he was bullying me." Like, no. Why'd you go that extreme? And then when he broke it down, he was like, "Because I just didn't want him to think that he can do that shit again." You know what I'm saying? Like he's like, and the main point was like, "I won that battle, sir." That's what he said. He was like, "I won that battle, sir, but I wanted to make sure I won every battle after that." That was the whole point of making this set that severe. And these boys made that shit. They won every. Let an uncle. I'm pretty sure an uncle is probably doing the same fuck shit if their father was in there doing that too. Let an uncle now think twice touching that sister or something. Let another relative think twice touching them. They won every battle now. After that, you ain't no relative now or whoever going to touch that sister.
And
or
also
touch
the
that
fact
girl
that
for
most of the people are just like, yo, they shouldn't go to jail.
But you solved all the problems all at one time. And I'm not saying violence is correct, but when you're left at violence, use it to the best of your ability.
So with that being said, our verdict, as you've heard so many times, as far as rating is a good story, bad story, what the fuck story, how would you put this?
I think it's a good story. I'm glad they did this. That's my opinion. The amount of shit that 13 people got caught molesting kids recently, 2 days ago. 13 in Florida, all caught at one time. So, bro, they got another. It's 14. 14 right now.
We need to bring Chris Hansen.
Boy.
We need to fund that.
Son, GoFundMe needs to start. No, they don't do legal shit.
Yeah.
But we need to figure something out. Wow.